Say hello to Kurt Larson with Larson Law. So you started Safe and Sober in 2004.
I did.
Okay, can you tell me about the motivation behind that and kind of how that came about?
I'd love to. A couple of big things. Sally and I, my wife and I, had 2 kids that were at Glendale at the time. So, big motivation to try to keep them alive and safe and survive high school, hopefully without falling prey to some of the things that young people do.
So many
that cost
temptations.
them, their future. So, 2 kids, and I was a step parent when they came into my lives, and I thought, what role am I supposed to play? So, my day job is a trial lawyer. I represent people hurt or sometimes killed in accidents, and it was kind of a perfect marriage to show students in high school the implications of driving drunk or drinking alcohol, using drugs, in real life stories of people here in the Ozarks.
We don't think it's ever going to happen to us.
It's true, and I really don't ever want to see any young people on the other side of one of my cases. So that was my pitch to them, is give me 30 minutes to convince you, take a pledge, and mean it. And it began as a prom night thing. Springfield never had a prom night safety plan. We had project graduation going on. So I kind of took hold of prom night, and suddenly over the course of 8 years, I was going to 35 high schools, and it became a little overwhelming. So we turned it into a video message, so I didn't have to go to every school.
Right.
And in our biggest year pre-COVID, 506 middle schools and high schools.
That's amazing. Now, you touched on pledging a little bit, so tell us a little bit what that means for when those students take that pledge.
Yeah, we set out to treat young people like the adults that they are and that they so badly want to be. So, part of it is having them buy into the idea that after they get educated on why this is dangerous to them uniquely because of their developing mind, then they can choose what they're pledging to. So we hope they'll subscribe to no alcohol until at least 21, because that's the law.
That's the law.
That's right. And it's good for them, too. And then other things like tobacco products, vaping, those are terrible things for the young mind and any mind for that matter. So we give them options, choose to surround themselves with good people who make good decisions, some broad pledges. And we find that, they really do buy into that. And there's this environment of positive peer pressure where they're encouraging each other to step up.
Use that peer pressure for good,
Exactly, we turn it around on them without them knowing.
Now, you are so far spread at this point. I mean, was it 30 states that you're in at this point? I mean, that's amazing, but that takes, you give everything away for free to schools. So that takes funds, I'm aware. So you have a fundraiser, so tell me about that.
Yeah, that's right. A big part of our funding comes from MoDOT, which is federal money that they grant to do the program.
Wonderful.
But then we have to have staff that help implement it. So that money has to come from private fundraising. And every year, I think for the 7th year, except for the little COVID blip, we are having a live breakfast. My pitch is, Mom's always told us we should have breakfast, so let's go to breakfast together.
So when is this, and how do we get tickets?
Thank you. It's October 18th from 7 a.m. to 8:30, so, drink some coffee and join us. It's over at the White River Conference Center by Bass Pro Shop.
Right.
We'll feed you breakfast. We'll entertain you with young people, choirs, all kinds of excitement. And, of course, Jeremy and Kelly are joining us with a live show.
And you might need sponsors still from that. So if anybody wants more information about all of this, about how to come, how to sponsor, how do they find more information?
Thank you for that. Our website, I think, is on the screen, and safeandsober.org will give you an opportunity to find out how to sponsor us online. You can also call the organization, the number's online as well. And we're looking for people to really buy a table and then fill it with your friends and let us give a chance to tell you more about our organization.
Well, thank you so much for what you do
here.
and for
My
sponsoring
pleasure.
the Golden Apple Award as well.
Our teachers need the support.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up, a local football player is raising funds by scoring points.
We're going to kick it with Caleb next.